Welcome back. It's your buddy, Mr. Research. Back again, man. Been rocking with you since 2006. You know what? This is something I've always wanted to say. On the job, at work. Have you noticed on the job, at work, she will not challenge mayonnaise? Have you noticed that? Have you noticed she is almost on mute when it comes to her degrees, and a lot of times mayonnaise has less of a degree than she does. But she's not mouthy about that. She's not challenging that. You know, have you noticed that she's not challenging the women on the educational board, school board? She's not doing none of that. Her leadership is not helping Wendy Williams right now. Have you noticed that? But where she does have a lot of energy is telling black men what they should be doing. Where she does have a lot of energy is telling black men what they not doing right, how they need to do better. But she's not going into women's circles creating space for daughters. Wake that up. Hold on. She's not going into women's spaces making way for dark-skinned daughters. She's not doing that. She's not going into women's spaces making it easy for her image. She's not doing that. She's waiting for the black man to do it so she can critique him. She's waiting for the black man. Mind you, throughout history, when women keep saying, oh, women had to do this and women had to do that, she's saying that in an echo chamber. She's saying that around her favorite friends. She don't want to come to the public square and be challenged. Hey, what year did that happen? Name the person that happened to. Okay, so that's only in Virginia that happened. That's not the rest of the nation. And then she like, but. See, males, when we get critiqued and checked, half of us, well, that don't work for me, but I understand. The other half of the males, the motor mouth males have auntie logic. They get upset. Well, the same thing is true with females. Same thing. Females will half hear what you just said, half listen, can't quote you verbatim. They took one thing that you said and turn it into something that you never said. Have you noticed this? I'm at the 3-minute mark, man. If you'd like to donate to the King of Classy, you can do that. King of Classy Cash App. That's a beautiful thing. We take any donations, man, because some of this stuff you've never heard before. And now you're adding it to your mind and your mentality. Let's continue, though. Have you noticed at the job, you don't see her pushing against the Latina? She letting the Latina do whatever she want to do. The Latina bring her cousin in. The Latina bring her brother in. The Latina bring... And the slack woman has nothing to say. Slack women have nothing to say about that. Now, every now and then, the upper class black woman, or the black woman who's fair to men, she'll come out and be like, I'm the 10%. I don't play that. If you, Sally, are gonna do that, then you need to do it for my brothers over here. That's a 10% woman. You do not have that many 10% women. You have women who may have done that back in 1999, but haven't done it since. But then you have these 10% women who are super fair, super balanced, and they believe, hey, look, it got to be both sides. You can't ask this of my brothers without giving to my brothers. You can't ask this of my sons without giving to my sons. See, something has really happened with the 1990 crack epidemic. Self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. Y'all remember that song, right? Something happened. And I think what happened in the 1990 people, the people who were born in 1990 and 1999, I think what happened is the need to fight each other was born. I mean, higher than it's ever been. You know what I'm saying? The people before that, fight every 30% of the time. There's a fight. The 1990 people are different. It's like constant looking for battles, constant looking for negative energy. I gotta pop off. It needed to be said. And I point this out to the East Coast all the time. The East Coast is like pop-off behavior. It's hard to find a smooth person on the East Coast. Very, very hard to find a smooth person on the East Coast. You may see 100 smooth East Coast people for every 100,000. And it's like, Jesus Christ. A lot of people just pop off. Why? You got to be strategic. Why are you popping off? I don't give a fuck. Oh, man, golly, man. Calm down, man. Man, I'm just saying, I don't give a fuck. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ, brother. We're talking about jelly sandwiches, bro. Why? Why are you so angry? We're talking about jelly sandwiches. Man, this is just how I talk. Oh, my God. Oh, God. And this is why I said I'm from the hood, right? I did dirt on the block. I was out there with my gun. Okay. But you at some point in time, you do get hood fatigue. Oh, God. You just get like, oh, we got to fight again. Jesus, bruh. Come on, we got to fight again. Bro, you lost that fight. You got to get a gun now? Oh, I'm not coming after you. You got to hunt me down with a gun. Okay, let me go get my gun. Jesus Christ. It's like oh man, it's so funny, man. It's so funny. The amount of fighting is just ridiculous. But let me go back to the at work thing. And the same thing is true at work. The amount of unnecessary confrontation throughout my career. And I was shocked in my 20s, being in Atlanta, an all-black place, how much anti-blackness was with black people. Black people are very... No, take that back, because I'm trying to do a new word. Slack people. Because black people are beautiful and they're distinguished and they have honor and they have black pride. But slack people, these self-destructive, they want war with black people. Slack people and lack people, they want war with black pride people. Man, you think you better than me. Oh my God, calm down, bro. Man, just because you think you know everything. Oh my God, man, why are you so insecure? Jesus Christ, man. Man, just because you went to college. Oh, brother, I didn't even finish college, bro. Just slack people, you gotta calm down. Lack people, you gotta calm down. Jesus Christ, man. Well, why you calling them slack? Because they're missing something. Self-analyzation, self-control. They're missing something. They haven't achieved black pride just yet. They slack. There's something that they're missing. They don't know how to control their mouth. That's it. They don't know how to control their mouth. They need to reply. Man, you said jellyfish, man, and I had something that happened to me when I was 12 with the jellyfish, and it just triggered something in me. Brother, it's 2025. Why? Don't you think you need to go get help with that? Man, I just don't like the fact you said jellyfish, man. Well, no, jelly sandwich, sir. We was talking about jelly sandwich. Oh, my bad. And y'all all know this is true. Y'all all know this is true. And the reason I call them lack people is because lack people don't want to advance. You know, it's like when you out here in the streets, I never liked people that would steal. I thought that was the lowest form of crime that you can do. All right, stealing and taking. There's too many ways to get money. You can go. Let me show you one of the easiest ways you can get money. You can go sit up here, do what you do, go buy a sit down lawnmower, a John Deere. Let's say $5,000, and you can go right up to the affluent neighborhood and say, hey, I'm gonna undercut that Mexican guy who's cutting your grass. Okay, you paying him $400 for the month. Tell you what, I'm gonna undercut that. I'm gonna hit you off at $350, and I'm gonna make sure I give you more manicure opportunities. So all you gotta do is schedule. Like, hey, Saturday and Sunday, I'm gonna come up there with the clippers. I'm gonna manicure that joint. Friday evening when I get off work, I'm gonna go over here and cut that joint. And anything in the middle, I'll just stop by and do a little check to make sure it's good. I knew a young white dude in Marietta, Georgia, 8th grade. This dude had a John Deere and had $20,000 on his own, no daddy's help. He had contracts in the neighborhood. He was in a cul-de-sac that was hard to drive to, wasn't on nobody's bus line. And he had like 7 or 8 houses locked up on contract. My brother-in-law, the same thing. My brother-in-law fixed on cars. We need people fixing on cars right now. I'm here in California, and it's not a lot of brothers fixing on cars, So my brother-in-law, man, he out of his father's garage, he started remodeling and repainting vintage old cars and charging a whole grip of money for it. There's a lot of but lack people don't want to advance. They like, nah, I got the easy money here on Section 8. This is as far as I'm going. This is all I'm doing. I ain't trying to have no house. I ain't trying to advance. I ain't trying to have no land. I ain't trying to have no business. I'm just trying to look for the next hustle. And sometimes lack people got a lot of money. Sometimes lack people are sitting on $750,000. I've seen it. But 4 years later, because that lack person has not advanced, because that lack person has not done no self-accountability, they end up sliding right back down to where they were. I've seen it every time. I've seen it with all skin colors. Lack people are just all skin colors. Lack people, that's just what they do. No, that has no skin color attached to it. Lack people, this is what they do. Now, slack people, that has a black only element. That's somebody who just hasn't got to the black pride part. They got it's like, especially with people who I've seen them for like 5 years just talk shit about the black community until something happens to them. Now all of a sudden they realize and they want to have black pride. I've seen it happen every time. Hey, if this gives you a different way of thinking, make sure you donate to the King of Classy. These things do take time. It is like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm trying to hit this off before I go to work, man. Slide your homeboy a couple of dollars, $5.20. Put me in your monthly rotation. Much love. Hopefully this made you think. This was the whole part. Look out for these no-face interviews that are coming soon. I'm going to interview people without showing their face, because I want to get a lot of real good information, and sometimes people showing their face, doesn't allow them to really talk. Also, I might be talking to a couple of people who have brands, but as I told them, I'm not going to mention their brand because I want them to speak freely. Much love. We're going to be talking to y'all soon, and remember to donate your Cash App to the King of Classic. Much love. We'll be talking to you soon.